Oh, Jen lost her mind.
This is right. So I was on the beach this morning and I was doing my video, and remember I was talking about write stuff down. Okay, well Jen writes stuff down. Put it on paper. You might have a revelation.
Or 10 million.
She has stuff to talk about.
How Stella got her groove back.
In case you were wondering.
And learned how to forge signatures.
Yes.
I can't even talk yet.
Oh dear. What's happening? Okay.
How to go cross-eyed in 10 days.
This is a whole nother level, y'all. I wasn't necessarily, but like I was saying before, we have lots of just topics to discuss. We will keep you definitely. Oh, it's getting blurry, but that's okay. We can't read.
It's hieroglyphics, I forgot to tell you.
Is it?
I was channeling Tutankhamun and Nefertiti.
These are the Hebrew translations over here.
Oh, that's Joseph.
What's happening there? I don't know. She's writing upside down, and some of this, not even,
One side's Judas, the other side's the priest. What the heck was that? It was really weird. It looked like literally vocabulary words or something. Whew. Here we go. We got some triangles. Whoa, whoa.
Oh, we got some doodles in there too. Not too many. Most of it is writing.
That's when the doodles was when I was running out of space. Beacon of mortality. What the hell is going on?
I don't know.
Beacon of mortality?
But do you see why this golden child needs a violent to
Did that just say go to the cabin?
Information. Ocala cabin. First Friday.
When you talk, I just write. There you go.
Is that what it was?
I write when somebody's talking about something and you're like sitting there and you're I go in a circle.
So there's some of our conversations on this paper.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of our conversations on this paper. Cabin.
That was weird. I just saw cabin. I was like, what is that?
Did you? Yeah, cabin.
I knew it was something to do with you.
The woods. There's a lot of answers there, man. Because you're in solitude. You're in quietness. Obviously,
I don't know about complete quietness.
Of all this,
well, but yes,
yeah.
And I have someone ringing my phone constantly, but they give me ideas too. Don't worry. So we got lots of Aquarius ideas. Yeah. Lots of Leo ideas. Pisces. It's a mixture of
There's
Leo,
a lot of Pisces,
Aquarius.
Because Jen and I talk for a good 2 or 3 hours a day usually, so I'm sure there's a lot of.
I just thought you just said Gemini.
No, well, I don't know.
But okay, so there's Gemini energy in there too, but you said Gemini.
Yeah, Jen and I found a Gemini while I've been here on vacation. She's a double Gemini, actually. And she's going to give us a lot of information, a lot of topics, too. And she's 6 years old. But she's a crystal child, so there's a lot of information that she has for us.
She's like, okay.
Okay.
It's called curiosity.
Yeah. Lots of curiosity.
When you're curious, you never get bored.
No. Definitely not.
That's the cure for boredom, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And boredom is expecting other people to entertain you.
Boredom is expecting other people to entertain you. It goes back to the last video, too, about
other people making you happy.
Oh, yeah, the codependence issue. That's a huge one. Oh, my gosh. If you keep waiting for somebody else to make you happy... Yeah, no. What were you saying before about...
when the men say that all they want to do is make you happy. That's
all
how
they want to do
starts.
That's how abuse starts.
Because it's impossible to begin with. And then,
especially make a woman happy. You're in trouble.
Well, they always say that. I can never make you happy. Well, you're right. Because just watch the Will Smith videos. He for some reason, and I never listen to celebrity stuff.
He's good.
he's good, and he was talking about we don't ever try to make anybody happy, because how could you? Happiness, it's like one of those massive states of being. You know what I mean? It takes so many things to make a person happy. It's like nutrition, it's your childhood, it's your environment, it's your, you know what I mean? There's subconscious, there's all these things. How could one other person force that on you? When you read Christmas cards, it's like joy, peace, you know, like,
Yeah.
they're massive
True.
states of being. The whole world influences you. One other person's like, I better make you happy right now. It's really self-importance if you think about it. It's like grandiosity. It's kind of narcissistic. And it's kind of
It's true.
unrealistic expectations, and it's actually putting a lot of pressure on somebody else.
It is. It's draining. It's exhausting.
If you don't want it done to you, you can't look for it in somebody else.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a byproduct. It's not mandatory. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, somebody else could. It's kind of like something you can say in hindsight, but you can't demand on site.
Yeah.
Like when they say,
girl.
son, does she make you happy?
I keep going
You
back
know
to
that
a cabin
saying?
in the woods of all these things.
See, when you go to your parents and you're
Yeah.
a woman, do you love him? When the guy goes to his son, does she make you happy? What the hell's that? See, you know what I'm saying? It's different.
There are a lot of things that I feel like are lies from the depths of hell that we have
They're rhetoric.
quoted in society. Yeah,
They're all backwards.
yeah, that's what I meant
They're
by.
all brainwashing
Oh yeah.
rhetoric.
Oh yeah. Jen and I got into the Mechanical Bible. Holy cow!
Yeah, whoa.
Don't. That is whoa.
All the things that
Things that were
messed
turned
us up
around. Yeah.
weren't even there.
Weren't even there. Mm-hmm. Dig. Search. Important.
It's like, how can we twist these words around and make them look shaming? Let's do
Yeah.
that.
Shaming, insecurities, judgment. I took a
Shaming and
long
control.
time.
Shaming and control. Let's take their souls away so we can sell them back to them.
Oh my gosh. That's so true.
And let's shame them to do it.
Yeah.
That's the whole gig right there. And it worked.
It is.
That's a good scam.
It is a good scam because it's formed.
Because it's terrifying.
It is. And Jen and I will be the first ones to tell you that we spent so much of our lives judging ourselves and thinking we were going to hell for everything.
Did my mom look happy yesterday? Did she look happy?
No.
Woo.
No, definitely not. That Jen's mom is definitely the product of what happens if you just listen to what's going on at the pulpit.
Military bases.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she doesn't have her own moral compass.
No.
She has to adopt that structured one.
Yeah. Why are you writing upside down? You have the book?
Because I wanted to write so that my arm was over here. Happiness is something you share. See? It's something you share. It's not something you demand or something you have to give.
Yeah.
Share happiness. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. Well, we were going through here, and I noticed, the funny thing is that when I was scrolling, I kept opening to the same pages. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe that's what we need to do. Well, there's the topic we need to talk about, because I was scrolling. It's almost like a tarot card, right? It's like, let's see what falls out. Well, let's see what opens. I opened to the cabin page a few times.
If one person is not happy, should I lose my mind? Maybe you digest the situation with someone else. I can't really read it, but might be. It says, and I steal the moment for myself. Give and take real big.
In bold.
Rushing with something.
Too. Harmony in bold.
Showing irritation. Don't bother. Fragile.
Share
Strong
happiness.
feelings. I do realize and I resonate with you. I agree. I want a happy home with you. Leave it up to you. You want divine. Wow. Health of self. Childhood. Stability. Read everything through and through. I do appreciate all you are doing and intense and intently or intensely, and I do feel it. It's talking about, look, calm and consistent. No mercy. Where I see the devil, I don't know what's going on. Guilt, mindful. Communicate clear. Give up, or what's this underlined here?
It's
Give
underlined.
up
On.
everything. You will give up on everything and yourself. You will if you try to make somebody else happy.
It's true. There's a lot of things that can push us into anxiety and depression.
How are you going to make somebody else happy if you're not happy, first of all?
No, you can't.
Because you're pretty much telling them they have to give you all of their happiness and continue to make you happy. When nobody wants to look at themselves, because, and if you really listen to what people are saying, and I could hear what they're thinking too. They
Telepathy, golden child.
So
Footnote.
hard on themselves. It's sick. It's sick. Like that's why validation is real important, because if you don't acknowledge what somebody's saying the first time they say it, not only do they sometimes get meaner, when you start to get in an argument, if you validate them, then they'll say what they really mean the next time. Because what they're saying the first time is getting to what they want to say, usually. They usually don't even say what they're really wanting to say the first time. Because it's not what I'm hearing. It's different. What they're thinking and what they're saying. So by validating, you're actually getting to the heart of what they're thinking. And people will start to share with you what's really on the inside. You just know what their instincts or impulses are by what they say first. It's crazy. But they're very, very, very comparative in their mind.
Yeah.
Comparative.
Comparing is not a good thing.
No. It's that saying. It's like steals the joy. It takes the joy out of everything.
So we're going to conclude this for the moment, and we will open back up to Jen's Book of Life here. And I'm just probably going to open a page one day and bounce off from that topic at some point.
If you could read it.
If I can read it.
Because there's a lot of shorthand. You
well,
just open up and you can... Wait, let's see. Let's find a word. Ready? Judgment. Do I keep opening up to judgment?
You do. But that has been a consistent part of both of our lives. I saw a counselor before that asked me if I was hearing my father's voice or God's voice, and I realized, wait a minute, I definitely needed to realize if I was hearing someone else's voice and not God's voice clearly, there was a problem.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep, bondage right here.
Bondage. Yeah.
Insult me, and I can't cut you from your own bondage.
Okay. Well, we will open back to the Book of Life. We will continue that one day. Soon we will.
1 year.
One of these days. Okay. That's it for now. That's a wrap.